Okay guys, reviewing the BMW F900, I think it's the Enduro model. I just got off the R1300, so check out that video because I'm going to release both of these together, but in separate videos. Now, I'm not going to compare it to the 1300, I'm going to do a separate video for that, where I compare both bikes. So I'm going to try and refrain from comparing it, even though I just rode the 1300. Alright, first thing, what do I notice? It's definitely not got the comfiest seat. It's a bit hard, but the seating position feels good. But yeah, just the seat's a bit hard. Oh, this bike rips. It feels super light. It really makes you feel like a good rider, the traction control, but okay, so far. So I guess this is more of a middle weight. I actually have zero idea what it weighs, but it's got to be over 220 just looking at it. So I'd say it's comparable to the T7, which is a bike that I used to own, and it feels lighter just from a riding perspective so far, which I put to the geometry, but the big thing is actually the suspension. Oh, it's got a quick shifter as well. Brakes feel good. I might overtake this guy because he's got a bit slow. I don't think he'll mind. No, there's a couple of other slow people. Well, we'll just fall back a bit. Oh, that quick shifter, down, quick shifting as well. No one's behind me. All right. Wow, the traction control is really holding back, but it still feels like it's giving you enough power to have fun. Let's try the brakes on this thing. So I'm going to accelerate and then boom. Yeah, you can feel the front ABS, but it's got really good bite. Now in this test ride, we're obviously not going to be taking it through anything technical or challenging because they don't want us binning their bikes, and we don't want to bin them because the excess is pretty high. So we're just doing this kind of stuff and we're going to ride it on the road. So on the 1300 we started off on the road and moved to the off-road, whereas on this one we're starting off-road and then finishing off with the road. So stick around for the road portion of it, but so far for this stuff it handles it perfectly. Quick shifter works really well. It's not janky at all. All right, let's get the standing position, see how it rides standing. Oh, perfect. Yeah, don't need any bar risers, nothing. I can't comment on the wind buffeting yet because we're just not going fast enough, but so far I don't feel any wind on me. And yeah, I've mentioned the cockpit feels really good. Bike doesn't feel too wide. Like, yes, it's wide up front here, but down where your legs are, it doesn't feel too wide at all. Yeah, on this kind of stuff, compared to my T7, this is way more fun. And I don't know what the power levels are. This review isn't a technical, in-depth, you know, look at every single feature of the bike. It's just I jump on the bike, give my thoughts on how it handles, how the power feels, and yeah, hopefully that's helpful to you guys. But there's other reviewers out there that will talk about all the features and everything. That's not this. And yeah, back to the power versus the T7. I don't know how much horsepower it's got, but it just feels so much more lively than the T7. Oh yeah, watch out, mate. I'm gonna get past him. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Whoa! This bike is insane. Oh, that was crazy. What did we hit there? One. traction control makes you look like such a good rider, because you just open up the throttle and you have zero worries. And the rear, it skids around, but it's so controllable. All right, let's just cruise. All right, you know, you're coming out, it's a beautiful day, you're going for a ride, you want to just chill out. How does it feel? Because I've been a bit silly and just, you know, opening it up, but if I'm just cruising through here, you know, I think I'd enjoy this. The suspension's a little bit harsh, like it soaks everything up and it's very compliant, so you know what the bike's doing. But you know, there's larger potholes and stuff, you do feel it. So it's not, you know, like a floating couch kind of feeling, which you get with other bikes, but it leads well to aggressive riding. So, and again, there's probably some adjustments you can do, but this is, I've just jumped on the bike, put it in enduro mode and gone from there. Let's see what rain is like. Oh yeah, look at that, I'm full throttle. All right, I'm backing off to return and back on full throttle. I've got it pinned and I'm barely going anywhere. So, you know, if you want that safety, then you can put it on. Yeah, look at that. I'm full throttle right now. Let's get out of that mode and enduro. Yeah, there we go. Still a lot of traction control, but yeah, brakes feel great. Yeah, for this stuff, the only negatives I'm finding is really the suspension is just a little bit harsh. But again, for me, I'm not the most aggressive rider, but if I'm looking to have a bit of fun, it's better with this suspension. But if you're just out for a cruise, Sunday cruise, then you know you might be more comfortable on another bike. But it does it really well. Alright guys, I've got it in road mode and we're going to take this thing on the road. Let's see how it feels. Oh, that quick shifter is smooth. That's all quick shifter, and then let's go down. Super smooth quick shifter. Smooth engine, just BMW equals smooth. That's what I've found in all the BMWs I've ridden, which is only 3 of them and 2 of them being today, but they're just very smooth bikes. All right, first thing I noticed is that there is quite a lot of wind on me. I'm 5'10", and there's, yeah, just a lot of wind hitting my helmet. My chest is completely covered, but my helmet is kind of getting blasted, so I don't know what that is, because this shield is quite tall, but yeah. Whoa, we're coming in hot. Yeah, like I said, on the off-road portion, the suspension on this is just, again, I don't know what preload settings are and everything, or if there's configurable stuff here, but it just seems to be a little bit harsh. Nothing bad, like not uncomfortable, but just it's just something I've noticed. Turning up ahead. Why am I using the clutch? When you don't own a quick shifter, you forget how they, like, that they're there and to use them. Beautiful. Yeah, this quick shifter is probably the best one I've ever used. It's so smooth. Let's see how it handles. Yeah, this is nice. You know, it's not some crazy powerful thing that's going to rip your arms off, but it's got that, it's honestly got that perfect amount where you can have fun, and you can get yourself into trouble, but you're not too worried about it. Like, you're not worried to really give it a handful, like other bikes. And you don't need a crazy amount of power to have fun on the road. Like, you will have an immense amount of fun on this thing on the road, pushing it through the twisties, because it handles well, it's got good power. I've got to say, it's got over, I might be wrong here, but I reckon it's got over 100 horsepower. 100 horsepower. Why do I keep saying horsepower? I said that in the GS 1300 video. If I, well, maybe I'll edit that out, but who knows? Yeah, it feels like it's got at least 100, I would say, because I've ridden the 790. I don't know how much that's got. Like, I'm a terrible motorcycle reviewer, but I'm just here to tell you my feelings of what I'm experiencing on the bike. So again, specs, you can go find that in other videos or online. I don't find that helpful anyway. Like, you can have all the specs in the world, but it's how the bike feels underneath you and what happens when you twist that throttle. And yeah, this bike, the power delivery is quite instantaneous. It hasn't got rip your arm off torque, but it's got power there, it's got torque there. Definitely enough to have fun. Yeah, so I'm not going to say there's many negatives. I'll just touch on again, the suspension's a bit stiff. The wind buffeting I'm feeling like on my helmet. Maybe there's stuff you can do to change that, but other than that, so far, yeah, it doesn't, there's not too much front end dive. That was something that my Tenere 700 used to do a lot. Like, if I go into this and brake, there's a little bit, but nowhere near as wallowy as the T7 stock suspension. But yeah, this bike feels very nimble. I'm keen to look up what the weight of it is, because it definitely doesn't feel heavy like a big heavy adventure bike. And again, I'll probably put that to the suspension and how it's handling this type of riding. But when you got on the T7 and you were pushing it through the twisties, it just felt like a big bike, whereas this feels tiny in comparison. Just goes exactly where you want it to go. It turns on itself really easy, it dips in really easy, and brakes seem to be solid. Just an all-round amazing middleweight package, I reckon, the old F900 Enduro. Oh, that quick shifter, it's so buttery smooth. Alright, well, I don't want to waffle on for too much longer, because I think I've said everything that I want to say about the bike in terms of what I can extract out of this short test ride. Like, there's a whole bunch of menu and electronic settings, but there's just no point in me going through it, because I myself don't know what's going on there, and I'd probably have to spend a couple of hours exploring all of the options and everything, so it's just not worth it, me just looking at it without knowing. So yeah, but yeah, from what I can say, this is a great middleweight bike. Compared to the T7, it's a million miles ahead on the road. Off-road on the gravel stuff, it's still ahead in terms of the fun factor, I'll tell you. But when it gets really technical, I can't say, because I haven't ridden this one in the real technical stuff, but just the feeling I've got is that I think the T7 will probably be better. But again, I didn't like the top heaviness of it, so who knows. But it does seem there's just like more stuff to break on this one, so, and it's more expensive, so you don't really want to be taking it through crazy single track and stuff. But yeah, the engine screams. It's got a really nice induction. Last thing I'm going to say as I close out this review is that I mentioned that at the beginning as the first thing I know, or one of the first things I noticed, is the seat is quite hard, and I've been riding it for 20-30 minutes, probably 30 minutes now, and yeah, my butt is starting to get a little bit sore. So yeah, look, it's a new bike, so I know the seats take a little bit to break in, but just something to consider that you might, I'm not sure if BMW sells an upgraded seat, or maybe it's one of those seats that breaks in and it's perfect. Just something I've noticed is that, yeah, my butt's getting a little bit sore. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you enjoyed this one, make sure you check out the BMW R1300GS review that I did, specifically on the Trophy X model, and I think you guys will enjoy that one as well. So thanks for watching again. I'll catch you in the next video.